Bellwork 4.2b. It requires 2 steps to complete each of these problems. Right now, I'd like you to pause your video, and up in the top left-hand corner, I want you to write down the 2 steps. So step 1 is power of a product. Step 1 is power of a product. And step 2 is to multiply. It's like we're following our order of operations. Power of a product is like an exponent. That's these numbers here and here. So we're going to get rid of those first. So again, we're going to apply the exponent first, and then we're going to multiply. So we are following our order of operations. Okay, I'm actually going to do each one of these problems with you. Please make sure you show the proper work, and if you have any questions at any point, you can let me know. So number 1, the first thing we're going to do is power of a product. So I'm going to take 3 and raise it to the 5th power, then -2 and raise it to the 3rd power. So over here I would write down 3 to the 5th power and -2 to the 3rd power. Pull up my calculator. So first I'm going to do 3 to the 5th power. 3 to the 5th power is 243. We're going to want to leave these in parentheses now because we still want to show the multiplication, so we want to leave it in parentheses. So 3 to the 5th power is 243. And now we're going to multiply exponents. So I'm going to take and multiply the 5 times 2 to get x to the 10th. Then I'm going to take and multiply 5 times 1 to get, oops, sorry, forgot my 5 times 4 for the y. 5 times 4 is 20, so this would be y to the 20th. And now we'll take the 5 times the 1 to get z to the 5th. All right, so we did the first monomial. Now the second one. For the second one, I start by doing -2 to the 3rd power. -2 to the 3rd power, which is -8. Try that again. So -8, 3 times 4 would give me x to the 12th. 3 times 1 would give me y to the 3rd. And then 3 times 5 would give me c to the 15th. So I'm just going to double check everything. 3 to the 5th was 243. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 1 is 5. So we've got our exponents correct for the first monomial. -2 to the 3rd is -8. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 1 is 3. And 3 times 5 is 15. So we're good for step 1, which is the power of a product. Now we're going to move on to step 2. Step 2 is where we do the multiplication. So I have coefficients of 243 and -8. So 243 times -8. And then we've got x, y, and z. So I'll start with x. I've got x to the 10th and x to the 12th. Y to the 20th, y to the 3rd, and then z to the 5th, and z to the 15th. So I start by multiplying. 243 times -8. That would give me -1,944. Now I multiply by adding the exponents. For the x, 10 plus 12 is 22. For the y, 20 plus 3 is 23. And for the z, 5 plus 15 is 20. And that is it. So for number 1, our final answer is -1,944, x to the 22nd, y to the 23rd, z to the 20th. If you have any questions, let me know.